Okay, so in this next section, we're going to look at the predicted pension that you've accrued so far is worth with each of the two choices. So I've reset this to age 47 now and planned retirement at age 60. This is our consultant in Scotland who's got another £12,000 or so of pay awards. And this just shows what the two options look like. Now, remember 2 points. This is only showing you the future value of your pension benefits up to the end of 22-23. So this is not showing you any pension that you accrue between now and retirement. So that's point number one. Point number two is that this is showing you unreduced benefits in terms of pension taxation. For a consultant who has annual and lifetime allowance charges, your pension at retirement may be drastically lower than shown on a TRS statement. But what I do try and show you here is the effect of actual reduction for age and conversion to show equivalence for lump sum. So as I said, by default this is a 47-year-old looking at retiring age 60, and because we've now come out the other side of the remedy period, you can see how that differentially affects the build-up of pension during that period. On the top example here, this is showing pension benefits accrued to the end of this tax year, choosing reform benefits, and you can see how the pension is built in the blue here over the remedy period up until the year start 21-22. But you can also see that the big effect that high inflation has had. So for example, by the end of the remedy period, so this is the 21/22 year, this consultant has built up pension benefits of 16,600 or so, but then by the end of the 2022/23 tax year, they've jumped considerably to 19,900. Now that obviously may have tax implications. I'm not talking about that on this tool, but you can see that the relative value of the remedy period in the reform benefits has been much bigger because of that big inflationary jump in this current tax year. So that's what the blue shows, and conversely the 1995 pension has been relatively flatter because there's been no additional years accrued if you choose reform benefits during that time. So that shows you up until the 2022/23 tax year. This shows what it looks like based on the retirement age that you've put, and I've put retirement age of 60, so this is 2035 for this consultant, and then this shows what happens by reducing that with actuarial reduction, because obviously if you go at 60, that's way before your state retirement age, so therefore the 2015 benefits in this example will reduce by 30%, and if we just tweak that age, I've also copied it down here as well, so let's say you wanted to go at 58, so now you can see that the 2015 benefits have decreased by 36.1%, and the 1995 benefits have decreased by less, which I'll show you in the full table in just a second. So that shows what actual reduction looks like, but then as I also mentioned, there's no lump sum by default in the 2015 scheme, so this shows what happens if you convert the equivalent of lump sum difference to try and give you an indication of lost pension, combined pension. So conversely, if we look at the one underneath, this shows choosing legacy benefits. There's no blue in the remedy period because there's been no 2015 pension built, but what's happened is that these orange bars have got bigger because you've got another year's pension in each of those 7 years of the remedy period. You've then started to build 2015 pension in 2022/23 tax year. This shows those benefits fast forwarded to retirement age, but only up to the end of this tax year. Same actuarial reduction as above, and the same conversion of lump sum as above. So what you can see here is how those benefits stack up in comparison. So for example, for this current 47-year-old, if they want to go at 60, although you might have thought that they'd be better off choosing legacy benefits, actually the reform benefits are higher. even after accounting for the actuarial reduction of going before state pension age, and even after accounting for the conversion of lump sum to make it a broadly equivalent value. Now, if we go retiring later, we can see that the difference is much greater, so that the reformed position here is way higher than the legacy position. And also bear in mind that if you go after age 60 with the legacy scheme based on current rules, you just completely given up and burned that pension that you would have been paid in the 1995 section. So I'll just drop this back down to 59 now. So even at 59 for this particular set of numbers, the reformed option is better than the legacy option. Please bear in mind this excludes pension taxation, which isn't kind of covered in this tool. And if we just look at this table, and I'll show you how these graphs have been achieved. So on the left hand side of the table, we've got those same figures that we had before up until the end of 22-23, showing that if you chose 2015 benefits, and on the right hand side showing if you chose legacy benefits. So you can see that there's a 7-year difference between those. So if you chose legacy benefits, this figure should be 7 years higher than this figure. And then we can see how these figures map forward to the year of retirement. So if this person was going at age 59, you can see that there's going to be a 33% reduction in the 2015 benefits, but also a 4.5% reduction in 1995 benefits. Let's say we drop that pension age even further, so let's go down to 56, and we can see that the 2015 benefits have dropped by a smaller amount than the 1995 benefits. So that's now gone to or a relatively smaller amount compared to age 60. So that's now gone to 41%, whereas 1995 drops by 16.5%. And then you can see the position after actual reduction. But then the other difference is, and let me just put this back up to 60 to show you, is going to be the difference to lump sum. So you can see here there's a difference in the pension of around £11,000 in the 1995 section, because lump sum is 3 times pension. That's a difference of around £34,000 in lump sum. So if you commuted that back to pension, you would have to reduce that 2015 pension by that amount to get a broadly equivalent pension, just to allow a comparison between the two. And then if you lump them together, you can see the equivalence, and that's what these figures are based on up here.